So I'm starting out with my moisturizer on, and I already did my brows. I do have some brow tutorials on my YouTube channel, so you guys check them out. I'm going to apply a little bit of e.l.f. primer on both lids. The next thing I'm going to do is apply a little bit of something that's kind of old. It's a oldie but a goodie. This one is Jet Set Blonde. It had that yellow side and like a silvery, glittery white side. I'm just gonna tap that right in the center of my lid and kind of blend it out with my finger, because I'm gonna do a little yellow in this look today, because it's usually hard to find a good yellow in eyeshadow. So whenever I can try to find a little base, I do. The next thing I'm doing is going into my Naked Petite palette, and I'm going to go into the shade Hot Spell, just like a tan matte shade. I'm just going around that yellow a little bit, and I'm using a Delium Tools blending brush. This is a 776. Just going around it a bit. The next shade I'm going into is the shade Heist. Just a little deeper. I'm just slowly deepening the colors here. I'm going to go into another palette as well. But for right now, I just want to start deepening things. And I like this palette for that. And it's a good traveling palette if you want to remain nice and neutral, especially for women of color. It's a very nice palette to just put in your little makeup bag and go. Still using the same brush, I'm going into my Zulu palette that I love so much from Juvia's place. I'm going to use that orangey brown. And you know we're going to use that yellow too, but I'm going to build up around it first. I'm going to apply a little bit of this yellow right here in the center of my lid. And for that, I'm using a flat shader brush. I'm going back around it with that brown shade that we use for our transition. Right back around it with that blending brush. And I still, even though I deepened the outer corner, I want to do something that's going to pop a little bit more. I'm feeling a little bored with it. So I'm going to dip into this purple that's here. But I'm still going to keep it kind of soft. So let's dip into it just a little bit. And we're going to introduce a little plumminess to this outside corner. I'm using the same brush I use for that dark brown in the Naked palette, but I'm putting a little purple up here. Okay, it's very, very soft. You can build this up a bit if you want more of that purple to shine through over there, more defined. For a brow bone highlight, I'm going to go into my Black Up Cosmetics contouring kit here. And there's 3 shades in here. The contour shade, then there's like a matte highlighting shade, and then there's like a shimmery highlighting shade. And I'm going to use that highlighting shade for my brow bone. And back into that transition shade, that orangey brown. Anything you feel like you wiped away, you put back. I feel like that purple needs to stand out a little bit more. I'm going into a denser brush. This is a crease brush. And I'm going right here in that outer corner and just packing that purple on a bit more. I'm also going to drag that purple to the bottom lash line when I'm ready. I'm only going to apply a little bit of liner. This is a pencil liner from Makeup Forever. I'm only going to apply it in the very outer corner right here. Right there in the waterline. And I'm going to drag a little bit out onto the lash line. All the rest of the lid I'm gonna keep nice and clean. I'm gonna apply a little bit of primer on my bottom lash line because I think I'm gonna put some color down there. Just a few taps of the primer. And that's especially helpful for people who say they water a lot or their eyeshadow don't stay on down there, or mascara rubs off. Put a little bit of primer on the bottom lash line, and if you can tolerate it, a little bit right there on the waterline. I do that sometimes too. I'm going to apply that purple right there in the outer corner. Pretty vulgar eyeliner. This is a gel liner. Be very careful using it because it does take a minute to dry down. All right, we're gonna use some Maybelline Great Lash Mascara. I'm applying some very light lashes from Ikatehouse. Very affordable. They're the number 213s. Now I'm gonna go ahead and apply a lash primer. This is from Blink Cosmetics. Alrighty guys, we're moving on to face. I made an order on Sephora.com and they had it where you could choose 3 samples of something. And I saw the Tatcha Primer, Tatcha. It's a great skincare brand, so I said it might have a very good primer. So that's what it looks like, the little primer sample right there. So I'm gonna try that out today. It feels so good. Oh, wow. Because I purchased some of their skincare, so I was very curious about their primer. Okay, I noticed that the primer is kind of flaking over my moisturizer, so let me be a little bit more careful with rubbing it in, maybe like pat it in a bit. All right, we're going to use my Dermablend foundation. Been loving this lately. Been reaching for it more than anything else lately. So that lets you know something. It's pretty good. Pretty darn good if I do say so myself. I'm going to use a Sigma Baked Kabuki. This is the F89. This is one of my favorite foundation brushes. And I do have a discount code with Sigma. It's TMC10. And you will get a 10% discount at checkout by using that code. Alright, so next I'm going to go to my Naked Skin Concealer. I'm loving that ColourPop concealer, but I want to go back to this because it's a little bit brighter than that. And I want to brighten the under eye. And I'm using a damp blender. And with the same blender, I'm going to apply some of the Derma Blend powder. This one is in Warm Saffron. I'm going to go back with a little bit of the darkest shade in Derma Blend, and I'm going to do some contouring. I'm also going to go lightly into my contour kit, get that deepest shade, very lightly. I'm gonna spray a little Fix Plus on my face and allow that to dry for a second. And then I'm gonna work on my bottom lash line. Remember, we only applied the primer to the bottom lash line. So now I'm gonna put this Wonder Lash mascara down there. I'm gonna take a little bit of my translucence powder and apply that around my mouth and areas where I did not contour and highlight. And that's from Lancome. It's in the shade 500. Okay, I'm gonna highlight the inner corner of my eyes and also add a little highlight to my cheeks, not much. I'm using this Pure Cosmetics palette. This also came out in a BoxyCharm. It has contours and highlights inside. Guys, I'm going to use ColourPop's Lip Pencil Tulips. Next, I'm using Urban Decay's Lipstick Pandemonium. And lastly, I'm using Urban Decay's Hi-Fi Shine lip gloss. And this one is in Jawbreaker. And I did a full video on all of these, showing all of the colors. They taste like mint and they're very, very smooth. They don't stick or anything like that. And they're all very pigmented. So check out that video. I'll leave it down below. So I'm gonna go and take my hair down and I'll be right back with your completed look. Stay tuned. All right, guys, so this is your completed look. And I thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Really loving that Juvia's Place palette, the Zulu palette. I love it. I'm loving this goldish yellow tone today. I think purples and yellows always look beautiful on darker skin tones. You guys let me know what you think. And that's it. Please be sure to subscribe, click the bell so you know when I put up a video. And also please share the videos with your friends and family and people you know that would love content like this. Cyber kisses. Bye.